All right, update for December 27th, 2025. So today I worked in the store again, the accounting office. Again, it's a couple of days after Christmas, so we're still dealing with the whole, post holiday cleanup thing. And, of course, um, getting the holiday sniffles, right on schedule. Um, Certain traditions, of course, you can never let go of, and of course, that seems to be one of them, so lovely, love that. Um, and the other thing that I have before I go today is you know, a lot of folks out there are, sad like always that the holiday season is over, and I completely understand that, and I have my own personal theory, particularly nowadays, as to why a lot of us are, you know, really like the holiday season so much. And that is that, well, for a plethora of different reasons, and I'm just using the generic plethora because going into detail might sound like it's like a political rant or something, which I am not trying to do. Um, but for a plethora of different reasons, seems like a lot of different days throughout the calendar for a variety of reasons, a lot of which are well intentioned, but it's kind of making our calendar like you could call it the mono calendar, where every day and every season, for different reasons, is now basically forced to feel very similar to all the others. And, like, for example, and again, I don't mean this to sound political, but like in my area, 4th of July, for example, is basically no longer a thing. Big community fireworks thing, well, it can't have for environmental things. And independent fireworks, well, too many fires, too many people like blowing up their hands and stuff. Can't have that. Halloween, the freakazoids out there make it unsafe for kids to go, trick door to door, and so okay, we can walk around and, trick or treat in trunks for an hour or walk around a mall or things to that effect. But um and St. Patrick's Day, well, pinching people, you could hurt them, and lawsuits, and well, what I'm getting at is that the holiday season is like the last thing left where we can kind of feel just different for a couple of days, and I think that's maybe why people miss the holidays.